we're back. I'm back.
Solo.
Solo this time. I know, it feels kind of weird now being up here by myself.
Yeah.
But India's still here. She's just not on camera. She's still here. Her lovely presence. How are you, India? She's wearing a mask. You're sick, huh?
I'm sick. Yeah. I don't know what happened. I woke up with a really sore throat, coughing, and my ears felt clogged.
Probably because the heat. The heat has me fucked up too. It's been like 80, like over 80 degrees every day in the Bay Area.
Sweltering.
Yeah, it's been really hot. The other day I felt kind of sick too. Like I felt like, I don't know, like I was getting a little cold. And then I got like, you know when you have a fever and then you get like a bump in your mouth? What are those called in English? In Spanish we call them fuegos.
I think they're just
like canker sores, something.
Canker sores.
A canker sore, yeah. Dude, I remember when I used to work for this. So I worked for them. I don't know how long I worked for them. Maybe like a year and a half. I swear the first 3 months of me working for them was just them calling me to vent. And being like, oh, so-and-so is really mean to me. And then they're like, I just feel like this. And like, I feel like lots of feelings. And I was so stressed out, bitch. I was so stressed out. I hated like this feeling of just like overbearing like emotions of men. I'm like, you're Harry. Like, why are you telling me this? And I would get the biggest canker sores in my mouth. Like, I would have like 2 at a time. Like, I would have them up here, down here, everywhere. And I knew it was from being stressed out. And like, you know, when you're stressed out, like the heat rises to your head and you're just like, me too. I was like all skinny back then. Like, I was like, oh my God. Like, you could have blown me over if you just sneezed. And I'm like, how do you guys treat like this tiny, this baby face dream girl? How do you guys treat me like this? I fucking wish one of those motherfuckers would call me now. I would tell them off so bad. I would call them so many names.
Yeah,
like,
you're
Well, no, I was getting paid, but I wasn't getting paid to be a therapist. I was getting paid to do like admin work.
That's not therapy.
I don't know.
You need to charge $300 an hour.
Yeah, something at least. I've been thinking about that recently because I saw this TikTok and this girl was saying, when you're the person who is a catalyst of change for so many people's lives, and like, I'm just like a catalyst of change. It's like, I'm just like, when I come around, everything changes. But it really does. I swear, like, so many people have told me that in my life. And like, I'm into lots of weird shit. I mean, it always goes back to when I was Christian, like a dogmatic Christian woman. Yeah. And, I like, the church I went to was like an evangelical church that like wanted to bring more people into the MLM. And so I would like bring all my friends to church, right? This is actually really funny because at the time I was so like, the Kool-Aid was so like rushing through my veins that all my friends have always been gay. Like since I was a young kid, I've always had gay friends. Like I remember I had this in 2nd grade, bitch. There was this kid, and this is when like the Titanic movie was like hella poppin'. And he'd be like, oh, Jake, what's the name? Jack. Oh, Jack is so hot. And I'd be like, hell yeah, Jack is hot. And I'm like, he's not wrong, But he thought Jack was hot. And he was a little boy. We were in 2nd grade. And we'd be like, oh, I love Jack. Wow. He'd be like, yeah, me too, I love Jack. Or like, we'd play Spice Girls. And like, at first I was always Sporty Spice. But then like, as I got older, I was always Scary Spice. And like, everybody else would like pick their Spice Girl. And the kid always wanted to be Baby Spice. He always wanted to be Baby Spice.
Is that gay coded?
And if he couldn't be Baby Spice, then he didn't want to play no more. So he'd be like, oh, fine. Because, you need like 5 to be the Spice Girls. So he'd like always let him be Baby Spice. And we'd be like, it's just not fair. Like he always gets to be her. And like somebody else wants to be it. And so like the gays, I've always been surrounded by like gay people, like men and women. So when I was in the church, I would bring my friends who were like stud lesbians, and I'd be like, oh, God's gonna heal us. Like, God's gonna heal us. Like, we're all gonna be straight. I swear. I'd always think that. I'd be like, yeah, like, we're gonna pray a lot, and like, they're gonna be like delivered from this.
Is that why you took me to your
India was there.
Yeah, I was
No, that's not why I would bring the people. All the leper, Will's praying over you. All the lepers, come, my children. No, that's not why I would bring them. But when they would come, I would think that. I would be like, yeah, of course. Like, we're all going to get delivered. Even me, because I be a little gay sometimes. So, and I remember one time, so I feel like just because you're in an environment doesn't mean that your own gifts are like dimmed or muted. And I feel like I've always had the gift of like, just, different like psychic little things. And I remember one time I was praying over my friend who's trans. They're a trans man now. And back then, they were a stud lesbian. And they were at the church with me. And I started praying over her, her at the time. And I just kept having these visions of them, but they were still dressed as a boy. And I was like, what the hell? Like, I'm like, reset, like hard reset.
Right.
I'm like, hello, Lord, are you there? Like, why am I still getting, like, why is it not updating to like when they're straight? Yeah, I'm like, hello, dude. Yeah, I'm like, is it because I'm not focused enough or something? And then it's crazy because in my vision, they were dressed as a man and they were a man. And then now they're like a man.
Look at that.
I know. Look at God. Right? So, yeah, I've always just like had a lot of like gay people around me. Why was I saying that?
You're a catalyst for change.
Oh, yeah. Even then, people would be like, you like taught me new ways to be spiritual. And even like people that I haven't talked to in years will hit me up on Instagram and be like, you taught me how to pray. And that changed my life, So I feel like when you're like that person that just brings all the change, I feel like you're kind of isolated because they're like, I don't know if I want her around right now. I just want to have a good time and relax. Yeah, I don't want, or like just like, like that strong influence or presence.
Yeah.
So I have been thinking about that recently.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I have a similar experience.
Yeah.
Not necessarily, I don't think like that, but I have a tendency, like, whenever I enter a new friend group, it's usually around the time when friends start breaking up.
Oh.
Like, there will be some kind of, like, rift, and then I'll be like, what was that? And then they tell me about it, and then the next time, like, something happens, I'm looking at them like, did you see that? And then boom, it gets worse.
I think it's because maybe you're like super expressive. So I feel like everybody starts catching the expressive vibe, and then like they're expressing all their funk ass attitude that they have or something,
Maybe like something they originally blew off.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hold up, no.
You're like shining that bright light on it with your big Leo self. Yeah, that could be it.
It's a heavy burden.
Yeah, it is a heavy burden.
At least we live in honesty.
For sure. If there's one thing. I'm trying to think of movies that I rewatch. I rewatch a lot of movies. Recently we saw 500 Days of Summer. Have you seen that movie? I love that fucking movie.
Who's in it?
What's the guy's name? It's like all the stock actors. Like it's like a super all-star cast. And there's like a girl with the bangs like this. She has blue eyes.
Zoe Deschanel?
Yeah. Or one of them, because there's a bunch of girls who look like that.
What's it called?
500 Days of Summer.
Days of Summer cast. Yep. Zoe Deschanel. Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Isn't he so cute?
No.
Oh, sorry. I'm like wrong.
Tough
crowd.
Yeah. Chloe Grace Moretz. That one used to be my white crush.
Really?
For a very brief time. Oh, Matthew Gray Goobler.
Yeah. Yes, that's one of his best friends. So that's like one of the movies I watch.
Okay.
Over and over.
A lot of people.
Yeah, that's an all-star cast, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's such a good movie, and it's basically like a movie, like a bro movie about just bros and bro shit. And then there's this girl who basically acts like a bro because she's telling the guy, like, I don't want a relationship. I don't want to be with you. But then acts like she does want to be with him, like holds hands and like kisses him and hooks up with him. But it's like telling him straight up, like, I don't want a relationship. So she's doing him kind of like a guy would do someone, Okay. And then it's not a love story because obviously it tells them. What is that? You just pulled the soda. He said, Mind your
We're
business.
still rolling.
Sorry, my bad. So yeah, so like she's always told him, and it's really funny. I love that. I love that movie. And then I always watch, obviously, Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. You've never seen these movies?
Is this another white one?
Yeah, it is another white one.
Okay, well there you go.
It's Jim Carrey though, and Kate Winslet.
Say the
Eternal Sunshine of a Spotless Mind. Yeah, I love that movie.
No, I ain't never seen this.
Oh my God, it is such a beautiful film and like such a good story. And I always see TikToks on it. And I saw this one where the director's telling him, "Be very serious. This is a drama." And then he's telling her, "Be really silly. This is a comedy." So he's like really somber and like it's a sad story, but then she's really like animated, and it's cool to see them like in those roles, and it has really cool effects. And I just love a good love story. Like I don't even care if it's sad. I just love watching people fall in love.
Aww.
I really do. It's like
Do
one
you
of
like 50 First Dates?
50 First Dates. Yes, I love that movie.
That is a horror movie.
I haven't seen it in a long time.
It's like conceptually, that's terrible.
It is scary.
Like you wake up 9 months. That's my nightmare.
9 months
that's
pregnant.
My actual nightmare.
I've seen a video where she, like an old dude, not an old, he didn't even that, oh, he was like 43, 45, and every day his wife has to like remind him.
You have to be in love with that person.
Yeah.
Yeah, remember when I was like, I don't want to know your true colors. Imagine.
Yeah, imagine.
He doesn't even know his own true colors. You gotta remind him.
You gotta tell him his true colors.
Fuck.
At that point, and that's the thing, I would probably just make up some stuff.
Right?
Just to
Yeah.
make him into somebody.
You're always quiet.
You're always so quiet and so gentle.
Yeah, you love doing the dishes.
You actually said you were gonna give me $5 grand.
I feel like it's hard because it's somebody you love that's like scared.
Yeah.
It's like waking up like.
Ugh.
That is
like,
scary.
I can't remember anything, or like I don't even know. Like you're literally in a random
Yeah,
spot.
it's like
You
entering the
don't know
Matrix.
anybody. Like you just got roofied and you're waking up.
Fuck.
But she would remember up to a certain point, right?
I think she
In
remembers up into an accident.
Yeah.
50
then-
First Dates, yeah.
And then he would have to like bring her up to speed from that accident
Yeah.
to like present day. And mind you, they at the end they already had like a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
So like it's been years of just videos waking up on a boat. Oh no. Mm-mm.
But at least she always fell back in love with him. Because imagine one of those times she was like, no, I want a new boyfriend.
Yeah, I mean, I would, because I wouldn't believe this. This all sounds like one big trap scam.
Yeah, but I think like God prepares us for what God knows that you're ready for, you know?
And
God knows
the
you're
love
ready.
don't change.
Right.
Like, somehow you feel like
You just
okay,
feel it in your body.
Yeah, if you don't like that person, then you're probably gonna be like, okay, this shit's weird.
Right.
If you really love that person, then you realize, oh shit, they do this for me every day.
Right.
Yeah.
But then every day you have to go through the same thing.
And it's gonna get progressively longer, like each year. You
Yeah.
got new videos to add. I don't know. Maybe because I'm thinking of it as myself and not as someone who's like waking up not knowing who I am. But I'd be so suspicious. Is this all AI?
Yeah.
Who is this? This feels like a hostage situation.
I think that's exactly what they're going through. They're like, what the
What
fuck
is
you
this?
Like, what is it? Is
That's-
this?
I'm
a
pregnant.
hostage?
What? Or I'm pregnant.
I
Damn.
don't
Not
know.
that I'm pregnant.
That would be the worst.
That would
part.
be the worst one for me
Or,
too.
like, imagine waking up and you're going into labor. That's
No.
how you start your.
Or imagine you have a bad haircut. Or like something like like you don't remember giving yourself a bad haircut. That's a big deal.
Labor and a bad hair.
Labor
Yeah, and a bad
hair. Just jump off the boat.
At this
Just
point.
jump, call it.
That's kind of like Eternal Sunshine too. It's basically this story where these two people fall in love and then they have a really, really bad breakup. And when they break up, they go see this doctor that erases your memories of that person. So
Both
like
of them do that?
yeah, so like the doctor will have you bring all the shit in your house, like everything you own that would remind you of this person. And they basically build a map of your brain and they go through the map and delete the person. So in the movie, he's going through the procedure and he regrets it because he loves her so much. But then, and I'm assuming he's able to delete her. I don't remember. Well, he is able to delete her. But in the movie's not in chronological order because it's like going back into the memories and everything. And then it's like his mind is deleted, but like he's still in love with her. Like in his heart, he still loves her.
There's still like a physiological response.
Yes, to her.
That you can't control.
Yeah. So
you
it's
better love that person to death, because imagine waking up and being iffy about somebody and you see 5 years of footage rolling of you and them. I think it's a scam.
AI.
AI.
Yeah, AI for sure. That sounds scary. Good thing it doesn't have like I don't know. Yeah, I think like God prepares you for the things that you're ready for. Like, or God will prepare you for these things if they're meant to happen. I mean, this is like obviously not nothing like that, but like for someone who dabbles so much in like spirituality and all of the things, I've never ever seen a ghost. And like I've never ever seen or felt like a paranormal activity at all.
Really?
I think one time I've been through like paranormal situations, but never like saw a ghost or like. I remember one time I was in Napa and I was staying at this old hotel and I was on the phone and I heard like like the old-timey dressers that have those like metal like to open their drawer. I heard it like clink.
Clinking?
And I was like, I don't know if it was clinking like this or maybe it was flipped up and it fell. I don't know, but I was scared a little bit. And then I was on the phone and the person I was talking to was like, God is with you. Like, nothing's bad is happening. Like, do you feel scared? And I was like, no, I don't feel scared. So that was it. And then I think I talked about this, but then we didn't use it in the earlier seasons of the podcast. But when I was probably like 17, like 16 or 17, I started dabbling in Santa Muerte. Do you know what that is? It's like Holy Death. So it's basically like in Mexico, a lot of people think of it as a saint, but it's definitely, I mean, it's like a dark entity.
And it's not that man.
Oh, no, not the man. What is the man with the mustache? His name is Malverde. What is that? He's a saint too, huh?
Yeah.
So he's basically a saint that like keeps you from the law or something like that.
But
So
that's different than this.
yeah, that's different than this. So I don't know if you've ever seen it, but it's basically like it's like a big skeleton and they put it in different color robes. And then it has like the globe in its hand like this. So I did have a dream of the skeleton and it was wearing the white robe. And I was like, okay, whatever, like I'm down, And I mean, I was 16, so I didn't have anything to lose. Like, okay, you're 16. What the fuck do you have to lose? It's just like your little like high school life. No, you know what? I'm lying. I was 17. And then, so I started like getting it ready. So this is the thing, like this entity really requires lots of sacrifices. Whether it be a physical sacrifice, gifts, like it really likes liquor and cigars and drugs. Like if you bring it, all of those things, it like really enjoys it. And like good things will happen to you from this sacrifice. So I remember I was like, okay, I'm going to put up the altar today. So it was kind of like my like promise to her to put up the altar, right? And I remember I asked my dad to like, I had like these pieces of wood and I asked my dad to spray paint them gold for me so I could like hang it on the wall and like put her up there. Because I had just bought the little statue. I didn't like put it up or anything. And instead of doing that, I went shopping with my mom. I just left. I was like, whatever, like I'll do this later. Bad idea, bitch. Bad idea. So at the time, like I said, like what's your life when you're like 17? Like you just go to school, like you just have this like shitty little nothing life, right? My whole world was my boyfriend at the time and my cell phone. That's all I cared about. I didn't care about nothing else. My boyfriend and my phone, that's it. So I'm shopping and I'll never forget, I was on 24th and Mission at this store called Factory to You, which is where I would get all of my back to school clothes. And I had my phone on me, and the next thing I know, my phone's missing. My phone's gone. I don't, I can't see it. I don't know where it is. Like, I'm like, did someone snatch it from me? Did I leave it? Did it fall on the floor? No. And you know, like when something falls, you can like hear it.
Yeah.
Or like you'll feel it, like you'll feel yourself get lighter. And like for someone who's like obsessed with their phone, I mean, I'm still obsessed with my phone. So I'm like, I would have felt it fall or something. My phone's gone. So I was like, oh my God, this is so stressful, but whatever. At the time, my boyfriend worked at Metro PCS. So I was like, whatever. Phones at the time were like $50, you know, like a little Metro PCS, like bootleg, like Blueberry or Blackberry, Blueberry, literally a Blueberry, a Blackberry phone, like a little bootleg one. I was like, I'll just have my boyfriend buy me another one. I don't care, right?
Yeah.
So I go home and and it took me like a couple hours because my mom probably took me out to like get dinner or something. And this day, my boyfriend was at the cemetery because it had been like the anniversary of a cousin that passed away or something like that. So he's at the cemetery, and I can't get a hold of him. Obviously, I don't have a phone, right?
Yeah.
So then I don't know how I called him, probably on my mom's phone. I get home a couple hours later, and I call him, and I'm like, hey, I lost my phone. And he's like, don't worry, I'll get you one like when I go back to work. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'm just not gonna have a phone, so you like call me on my dad's phone or something.
Yeah.
So this was, remember I told you how I dropped my I had dropped his phone in the
Yes.
cup of juice.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so we were in like a how do you say that word? Tumultuous relationship, like so bad. Me and him were always on and off, like, sorry, you sent me something. What the fuck, bitch? We were like always on and off. He was crazy, I was crazy too, whatever. So we had just gone through like kind of a break time, and when I was on that break with him, I had went somewhere with a friend of mine, and I met this older man who was a tattoo artist. But this was during our break. It wasn't like while I was with him. During our break, I met this older man who was a tattoo artist who like wanted to give me a tattoo so bad. But he was obviously like a creeper, like a pervy old man, because I was still underage and everything. So I had been texting this older man on my phone and on our break, right? So then this is just context for what was going to happen. So then a couple hours later, he calls me and he goes, I know who has your phone. I know where it is. And I was like, okay, so then go get it.
Yeah.
He's like, I know who you've been talking to. And I'm like, what do you mean? And mind you, my whole life is my phone and my man. That's it. I don't care about nothing else. So like my world is crashing down.
Right.
And he's like, I know who you've been talking to. I know this guy, like whatever his name was. This was like literally 20 years ago, so I don't remember the names. He's like, I know this guy like that you've been talking to, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, how the fuck do you know that? Somebody picked up my phone, went through it, found me talking to the guy, found that I had a boyfriend, called my boyfriend, told him that I had been talking to this guy, and like destroyed my life. Like my listen. It was Will.
Secrets out.
And I feel like it was because I didn't put the fucking altar up, bitch.
Absolutely. You pissed her off.
So bad.
So bad. So when you make a promise, you stick to
You
it.
have to.
Or else she will
Like, but that shit is risky as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Because you never know what the sacrifice is going to be. Or you never, and I feel like it's like you're so in tune with the spirit now. Because as soon as like all the shit started crumbling, I knew exactly what it was. You know? And it's like, how the fuck can somebody find, and literally my life was my phone and my man. That was it.
And they took multiple steps. That's crazy. See, like, if I found a phone, maybe I'd go through it.
Right? Yeah. Hell yeah. Look through the
But
photos.
I wouldn't connect the dots. I wouldn't connect the people to the different things. I wouldn't look through the activity.
And like be mad at me. I'd be like, damn, you go, girl. How many more men do you talk to?
That
No.
wasn't a girl's girl. That wasn't a girl's girl.
Messy ass bitch. And I'm like, but I don't blame her because Santa Muerte sent her to do it. So I would do it too,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah. She was just fulfilling an obligation. chick.
It was so bad.
She probably forgot to put the altar up, and this is what she had to do.
Right? She had her own debt to pay off.
Yeah.
I know, that was scary. That was really scary. So like those are like and I remember the flesh rat story.
Yes.
Those type
God.
of things are like the things that I go through, but I've never like seen a ghost or like had a like a paranormal activity where like something is happening and I'm like, because I feel like God would never, like God knows that I would like shit myself.
And you're already like plugged in at a different level. There's
Yeah.
no need to add more to
Put it right here in this 3D space.
Yeah. You've got
Yeah.
enough in your
Yeah,
dreams.
and the dreams is crazy. I've been having a lot of, why last night I had a dream that me and my mom were watching like long TikToks together, and that it would be like a 15-minute TikTok, and then like the next one would come, and I was like, and I would ask her like, do you want to keep watching this? She'd be like, yeah, sure. And I like that was my dream. I'm like, that's so fucking boring. Make something fun happen.
That wasn't fun?
No, what the fuck? I do that in my waking life. I want to do something exotic.
Have you ever seen an alien?
No, I've never seen.
You haven't seen anything like that?
I've never seen anything. No.
Okay.
Not in my waking life and not.
Okay. I've seen aliens.
How?
Okay, hold on. Let me tell you. I haven't seen them in their form,
Uh-huh.
but I've seen UFOs.
How? No.
No, listen. Everybody calm down. Everybody just calm down. So I was in Seattle. I was laying in bed, and I had a window right above me, and I couldn't sleep. So I was just staring out. Lights are off. It's pitch black. In Washington State, it gets dark, but the stars are so clear. So I'm looking at the stars, and I see one, and it's moving in like a free flow state. Like it's not going into shape or any like pattern.
Yeah.
It's just floating along, and it's blinking really slow, like bright, dim, and it would move around. And I'd look at it. I rolled over to look at it, and I really tried to zoom in with my eyes.
You're like this.
Yeah, I can't. And I said, it's moving, but not normally. And it's next to the stars, so it's not a star. And it's just moving around, and then it went this way, and I thought it was gone. And then it came back, and it was just blinking and moving around like an orb. And I tried to take a picture of it on my phone, but the camera just wasn't good enough to catch it. It just looked like a star.
That's crazy.
That's one.
Uh-huh.
And then when I was in Dallas, and I was walking to a bar or something, I looked up, and it looked like there were like string lights in the sky.
Uh-huh.
Like it looked like there was one thread and there were lights branching off of each thread, and it was just like waving in the air. It wasn't even really like it wasn't falling. It was just kind of there moving around.
That's so
And
crazy.
The wildest part is that I was with a lot of people.
So everyone saw it?
Like strangers. I went up to strangers and I said, "Do you see that?" And they said, "Yeah, that's kind of wild." But nobody was worried.
Yeah.
No one was as interested as I was. And that's where I felt like they were all paid actors.
That's weird. I used to hang out with this guy who lived in the El Sobrante Hills, so like close by. There's like all these houses on the hills. And I didn't see it, but he told me that they were in the hot tub outside of on his deck. And he's like, it was like a group of us. And we looked up in the tree, and there was this thing with like bright red eyes that were like lit up.
Ugh.
And he was like, it was like human sized. It was like a human sized thing that had bright red eyes. And it was hanging out in the tree, and you could see it moving through the tree, and it was moving sideways.
Ew.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I don't know if that's an alien per se, but I feel like it's like other creatures that live with among us. I did see this map where the people are saying that the Bigfoot, have you seen that? That like national parks and like woods are portals to other places.
Yes.
And that
I've seen that.
and that like you like probably like the Bigfoot creatures just like travel dimensions, and those are like the tunnels, or like the not the tunnels, but like that where there's lots of woody areas like or national parks are supposedly so protected because they're portals to other dimensions.
Okay, couple things.
Okay.
So if you look at a map, if you overlay a map of like our mountain ranges, the top topography map
Uh-huh.
with the locations of where people were last seen before they went missing.
Uh-huh.
It's all along the Appalachian Trail.
Oh.
And all where a lot of natural parks and places are. And on top of that, Antarctica. Have you heard of Antarctica?
You know what? I'm going to be honest. I try to stay away from Antarctica because I don't want to know that.
But here's the thing. The theory is that Antarctica is where time is different. They also say the water there has healing effects. If you drink the water, it could cure your ailments. And that's where I'm trying to go.
Yeah, bring some back.
I want to, but it's illegal. So on my bucket list is to get banned from Antarctica because I made it there already and I collected some stuff. And they said
Bring it back. Walkie-talkie on deck.
Exactly. So Antarctica, I feel like would be a cool place to go to real quick just to collect some samples.
Yeah.
And then dip because I'm not trying to stick out.
Do people live in Antarctica?
Scientists.
See, that's weird that people can't live there.
Yeah. They're about Antarctica. I don't know. I only know that like if we want to go to Antarctica, it's got to be for science.
It can't just be like you want to hang out there.
You can't hang out like alone. You have to be if you're on like an expedition.
That's weird.
Or you're doing like one of their boating things.
Yeah.
You can do that, but like you can't just be hanging out in Antarctica.
See, I don't trust none of that. They say Atlantis is there.
I believe it. There's free age stopping water.
That's weird. That's interesting. I'm gonna look more into that. Yeah, I've been avoiding like I honestly avoid anything that's here on Earth that has like all this like extra ass information that they don't tell us. I don't like that.
Like the ocean?
Like the ocean. Oh my God, did you hear about that guy who got like kidnapped? Okay, so I've been seeing all the TikToks. This man gets kidnapped by like 42 dolphins, right? And he's like a marine biologist. The first two videos I saw were AI like explanations of it.
Yeah.
And then they're like showing his photo and everything. But then I saw this comment in the photo or in the post that was like, "This is my hometown. This is fake news." So I'm like, would there be so much coverage if it was fake news? Because I feel like there's people, like there's tons and tons of coverage for this news. You think it was fake news? And then I heard recently that like the amount of dolphins that like supposedly kidnapped him came up, like they got washed to the shore.
Oh really?
Yeah, deceased.
Because you know they had him like allegedly doing manual labor.
Yeah, and he could breathe under the water like Little Mermaid.
That shit's crazy. I would love that. I think that sounds really cool. Theoretically, I would never do it.
There's something interesting about the dolphins too.
You know, we're not allowed to communicate with wild
dolphins. I've read this thing that women who are giving birth and they put them in the water with the dolphins, that the dolphins will like surround the lady and send her like all of these frequency that makes her have a painless birth. Whoa. So like they're like communicating and connecting with the lady.
But they stopped it because the kids would have higher senses, and they said it would open whatever
the pineal gland.
Yeah. That's crazy.
That's why they made it illegal to.
That's insane.
That's scary.
I had heard people were saying it's because dolphins have like can predate humans, so like they have more knowledge that we're not supposed to know.
Obviously, there's something going on there that we're not supposed to be in contact with. Yeah. And then I heard this other story about this like group of my marine biologists that were like assigned to a group of dolphins, and one of the people started having sex with the dolphin, and then the dolphin killed itself.
That's disgusting.
Desgraciado imbécil.
That is so sad.
He was raping the dolphin, and the dolphin killed itself.
Oh God.
Disgusting.
No, he was making love to the.
Shut the fuck up.
And they separated them, right?
I don't want to hear. Shut up. I did not say that. Have you ever seen that?
Did he rape the dolphin and
Yeah.
it killed itself? I thought you said it separated.
Don't listen to anything you say. Have you ever seen that movie, My Friend the Octopus?
No, but I've heard about it, and no one. I don't want to know anything about
You
it.
should watch it because you will be fucking disgusted. Like, disgraceful, despicable behavior. Like, this stupid motherfucker. Okay, so I watched it once. And I'm like, this is fucking crazy. And then I probably forgot, you know me, like, just,
Next.
yeah. And then I watched it again, and it made me 10 times more fucking pissed off. Okay, so there's this man, and he, like, gets, like, really interested in this. Oh, he started diving. I guess he lived by the water. I don't remember. I don't know the details. I don't remember right now. He started diving. And he would just dive. He would just go diving and, you know, like he's seeing the whatever, the creatures, whatever. Then he gets really interested in this octopus. And at first, he's just like observing the octopus, just like observing it, how it moves and all the things, and like how it hunts, and like how the octopus be fighting. And then sometimes he wins the fights and sometimes he loses, but he's just watching. He's not like interacting with the octopus. Then this stupid dirty motherfucker, and he has a wife and a child. He starts visiting the octopus in the nighttime. When the fucking starts in the nighttime. Why are you visiting an octopus in the nighttime? You literally have a wife and a child at your house, and you're with an octopus at night. Imagine if. Right, the sneaky link. Imagine your partner was like, oh yeah, you know, tonight I just can't because I gotta go hang out with this octopus. Stupid dirty mother. So then he goes and he's like hanging out with this octopus in the nighttime, and then there's one part of the movie where like it shows the octopus like wrapping itself on his arm, and he's like, we did have a physical encounter, bitch. He fucked the octopus.
You know they have beaks in their mouths or beaks. Couldn't it have clamped down?
I feel like the octopus also was like really into him though, you know?
Octopi are like
So smart. So smart.
Also, like the properties of an octopus cannot be found anywhere on Earth. So it's the theories that came off of an asteroid. Those things are aliens.
That I believe. See, all that shit too weird for me. I don't know.
What I don't believe is that you watched it twice.
I did watch it twice. Yeah, I did. And it pissed me off more the second time.
How much time between?
Years. Because I kept hearing about it. I remember watching it and being like, oh, this is weird. But also, I feel like my brain... Remember I was telling you how like it didn't develop frontal lobe development? And then also another thing is like, if I were to watch something by myself, I'd probably like start like doing something and like not zero in. But then if I'm like reporting on it or with somebody who like really cares about film, it's like a whole different movie. So I feel like the second time I was watching it, I was like making Instagram stories about it. So I was like reporting on it. So I'm like more seriously focused. Yeah, I don't want to know nothing about no fucking dolphin, squirrel, nothing. I don't care. Please don't tell me. I don't want to know. And okay, so I watched this video of these people, like scientists, and they were saying that because you know how there's like all these like unclassified documents about UFOs and like aliens and like how we've been in contact, like the US has been in contact with aliens for a long time.
Yeah.
And the guy was saying that a lot of modern religions would collapse under the information of like the aliens because apparently there's I forget who these people were. It was probably like me just like playing TikToks in the background when I was doing something. But basically he was saying that humans are like the least prepared to be on this earth. Like we don't have hair, like we don't have fur, we don't have spiky teeth. Like we're like so vulnerable to the environment.
Yeah.
And also because we're the only species that like destroys the environment actively. Whereas other species, they don't do that because they belong here.
Yeah.
But we are like so prone to destroying the environment. and like the way we look, and obviously like how our brains work or whatever. So he was saying that it is very possible that we were not created by God, basically. And that if they were to bring up or like release information about aliens, that it would like collapse a lot of people's faith, because now the story would change. It wouldn't be like, oh well, there's it wouldn't be like an all-knowing, all-seeing, benevolent God created the earth and the heavens and the people and the animals. It would be like this fucking, I don't know, like crazy alien species came and like planted us on this earth that we don't even belong to.
Well, the description of angels is pretty alien.
Yeah, I talked about that. I was like, Jesus is technically a
like
ET, right?
Yeah, like those aliens look like monsters. I mean, those angels look like monsters.
They do.
So like that could still intertwine a little bit, but yeah,
I don't know. And like with the animals too, like all of that is kind of weird to me. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to really think about this. Nah.
That's you're like that's a lot. That's long enough. Yeah. I thought about it. Nah. See, that's how I feel about Antarctica. All that shit. I'm just like, no, I don't want. I don't want to think about that right now.
That's why I'm about the ocean.
The ocean.
Like, no, because I love a boat. I love to be on a boat, but I don't like to be in the ocean.
No, I don't think I can do it.
At the beach and just stay there.
Or like, how people say they hear mermaids?
Yeah, I've seen those videos too. And I said, take them. What are they doing out there?
I can't wait to for the Odyssey to come out. You know who Mel Gibson is making the Odyssey, right?
No.
Christopher Nolan. Mel Gibson made Passion of the Christ. That's why for some reason I thought he was doing that one too. But Christopher Nolan's making the Odyssey movie. And I love the Odyssey, reading that in school. Did you read like all the average, like the basic books in school of Mice and Men? Did you read of Mice and Men?
No, we didn't read that in our class, but we did read the Odyssey. So boring.
So boring. I love that story.
I think it was the person who was assigning the readings.
Oh.
And the majority of the readings were just so white coded. Like,
yeah, obviously, yeah.
People. Because we read one book called Native Son by Richard Wright, and he's a black.
The Driver.
Driver, yeah.
There's a movie. I think it's an A24 film of Native Son, yeah.
And that book was so good.
Yeah.
And that was the first time that I had actually been like really interested in what we were reading. So I feel like the Romeo and Juliet stuff, we read all of it. Bored. But once I whipped out Native Son.
Yeah, Native Son's good. Oh, I saw the movie. I didn't read the book.
I haven't seen the movie.
You should see the movie. The movie's pretty good. Okay, yeah. I remember reading of Mice and Men, Lord of the Flies.
Did you read like Intruder in the Dust?
No.
Great Gatsby.
The Great Gatsby. Oh, I love the Great Gatsby book.
Our prom theme was Gatsby.
Oh, I love that book. You just reminded me.
I hated that book.
Really?
I thought they were all just a bunch of dumb white people.
They were.
Stupid decisions.
They were, but Gatsby was so in love with the girl.
That girl did not care about
it. Didn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Love yourself, guy.
He was so in love with her. He didn't care that she didn't love him back.
Care less about you, and all you do is wait at your dock with your little
and throw a party for her to show up.
Get her to get your attention. You're looking desperado.
I love him for that. I love him for that, and I love her for not giving a fuck too. I love every part of that book.
That book didn't need to be written. It was unnecessary.
Those are like classic literature.
Yeah,
so.
I know. And most of them could have been stayed up in the brain.
Did you ever see Lord of the Flies, or did you ever read it? That one is good.
Is it?
I feel like it explains a lot of things of like the modern world. Lord of the Flies, I really like that book. Okay. Of Mice and Men, disgusting.
Really?
It's basically like this man and his like special needs, really tall, big cousin. I think his name's Vinny. I'll just tell you what happens. Now you're going to read it or watch it. No. But basically they go work at this house. And the rich people of the house are like super part of the story too. And the boss has a wife. And the wife is like super friendly with the workers, especially him and his cousin. And then there's lots of like foreshadowing in the book and like symbolism. So like Vinny was like the big dude that has special needs. He kept picking up the rabbits and snapping their necks on accident because he's just like got that strength on him, that left hand strength. So he's like picking up the rabbits and snapping their necks. And the lady, he finds her in the barn at one point, and he picks her up, and she's like kind of like, I don't know what like her vibe was, but he basically snapped her neck and killed her.
That's fucked up.
I know. And then his cousin had to take him outside and shoot him.
What?
He had to shoot Vinny. I know. It was the most saddest part. I mean, you guys, sorry if it's spoiling because you guys should have fucking read this book in school, but yeah.
That's so sad.
And something I'll never forget is that so they're like hardworking men. They're like plowing and like just doing all this shit outside.
Yeah.
And then the guy, like the boss, he's like a princess, like doesn't do anything. And then he wears a leather glove. And mind you, like you're a child reading this in a book. It's not like you're watching a movie or someone's telling you, like you're fucking reading it with your own little beady eyes. Just like hella perverted shit. And you're little and you're like, what the fuck, So the guy wears a leather glove and he has Vaseline in his hand so that his hand could be soft for his wife. I remember just feeling so disgusted by this information. Like, ew.
How old were you when you read this?
I don't know how old I was, but
Young.
I want to say it was in elementary or middle school. It wasn't like high
That's
school.
wild.
Or maybe, I don't remember, but it was really fucking gross.
Yeah, that's
That whole story is crazy. Lord of the Flies is really good. I read that in high school, and it's basically like a group of kids is like in an airplane, and then the airplane crashes, and all the grown-ups die, and it's just the kids. So then the kids start building up like society, and they get assigned roles for their like little new world. And there's like hunters, gatherers, like the announcers. So it's kind of like commentary on like how people behave when they're left to their own devices. Is that yeah? So it's like how people would behave when they're left to their own devices, and like how they would build from their very limited little baby knowledge, how they would build this. And like I want to say they like would kill each other and just crazy shit because they're out there in the wilderness,
Have you watched Yellow Jackets?
No, I've heard it's really good
It's
though.
so good.
Yellow Jackets.
So good, yes. Season 1, phenomenal.
Yeah, maybe we should watch that.
Excellent. Season 3.
Have you seen Yellow Jackets? No, huh? I've heard a lot
you should
about that
watch it.
one.
It's a good watch.
Do you know what we started watching, or what we fucking watched the whole entire thing is the Mexican Office.
Oh, really?
Oh
Is
my
it good?
God, it is so funny.
Oh, man. Yeah, I need to put that on.
And it's like Mexico, so the slang is like so Mexican, and there's just things that don't translate. That's why you gotta learn Mexican Spanish.
Yeah.
Because Mexican people are wild with their vocabulary.
Really?
Yeah, and that show is fucking crazy. Like, it is so out of pocket.
I can't wait.
It is so, they say and do crazy shit. And even like the concept of the show is crazy. So the American Office is like paper, like a paper factory. But the Mexican one, they make soap. So it's like the soap element too. It's so funny. You have to watch it. You have to watch it. I think there's like a special process. Or no, it'll probably come to like whatever, Netflix or
Probably,
Amazon Prime. Yeah.
I don't know where I saw it.
We had to get it. We had to watch it on a VPN because it's not out in the US yet.
Great. Okay.
But yeah, that was fun. But maybe we can watch Yellow Jackets next.
Yeah, you should.
Do you think that's a good place to end? We've just been like, we're like, anyways, blah, 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 blah. Just knows aliens, octopuses. What's the difference?
Oh my god. Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah, that's enough for today. Thank you guys for watching us. We hope you're loving the episodes. We hope to have India back on camera soon. Next time we should put the mic right there,
That's what I
huh?
was thinking.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Because then we're
Yeah.
gonna have to turn it up when you go. Okay. Thank you, everybody. We love you.
Bye.
Bye.